Hi, it's Nancy welcoming you to Garden Scroll. And we've been having a couple of really windy, hot days in the garden. But things are still looking pretty well. I actually put those little impatiens that were just one in a pot in this little pot because I'm thinking, well, actually this little calabachoa looks pretty good, but there's one right back behind here that's just kind of hanging on. You know, those little hanger-ons can sometimes take off and go, but like this little double petunia here, I doubt if it's going to. But I'm hoping, I do keep hoping for the little plants until there's no hope left, if that should happen. And I'm always hoping that's not the outcome. This little plant, I thought was dying. It looks so bad, but I did put some plant food on it, and it's looking better this morning, so that's great. I put the little white one in this little empty hole in this pot. And this is a New Guinea impatient. And look at this little zinnia. It opened up more and it's really looking good. And probably for my own favorite nostalgia plant, it would be either the zinnias or rose moss. We had those when I was a kid, and so, you know, those things you just keep on loving. And I put some of the little red begonias in this pot and the rest of them in this little pot. The little black and blue salvia that I put in this pot is looking good too, except for the grasshoppers have already taken some of them out. I need to put something down for those too. And one of the angelonia went right here. In that pretty black velvet verbena went right here in this little pot. I hope it'll get so big it'll blend right in with this purple verbena and just look gorgeous there. So many of my plants had that wilt, and this is one of them. This is was gonna be one of the pretty and something you can depend on plants, which is just a minute, I'm seeing a little dead bird over there, but I hate it when they start to fly and then critters get after them and they don't have a chance. But I was saying this is a little was 4 little periwinkles that would have filled out this pot and looked great, but they're not going to. I'll either get something else for there, or I'll probably just put a seed in there, and hopefully we'll have some pretty little profusion zinnias for the rest of the season. And I had some little coleus seeds to sprout and come up in these pots. There was one in here, and then I'm assuming it was a snail took it out. But I realized that I had like 3 in a little bunch right here, and so I put one of them right down here in this pot, and it's actually seeming to do well there. So I hope the snails leave it alone, and I hope that it will become a little beauty. how much this little purple heart with pink in it has filled out, and even this little petunia was just like a little straight scrawny little stick, but now it's beginning to fill out too, and this one's filled out a little in the back, so they could still take off and go, and I would definitely love that. And my little potato vines that I kept overwintered in a glass of water in the kitchen are looking great. They're beginning to fill out a bit too. And today I noticed how much this little air fern has got new growth on it. It's looking good. When we got our last rain and I felt that I was safe in leaving the garden for a day, we went to see our youngest daughter. We made it a single day trip, so it was the only thing that we got to really do was get together and eat at just a little deli, and we enjoyed the food, and it's so wonderful to be together and just talk about what's going on and reminisce about what went on in the past. You know, it's really nice time, always worth it to see your kids. And since all of my blue flax is growing more to one side of this little top tier, I put that Artemisia right here beside it. And I think it's really good there. I hope it will do well there. This little strawberry pyramid planter has a long way to go still before it will look beautiful. Hopefully someday I'll come out here and get you a picture of it when it's just all filled out and looking great. And you know, I told you I put a little zinnia in this pot. It was so pretty too. It had some of this orange on it as well as mostly pink. But the days we've been having, like right there it is, it's just totally I think it's gone. It could come out of it, but I doubt it does. But I took the flour and sprinkled a few little seeds in there, so it might come up from seed. We'll see. And I thought about putting some of those little extra impatiens that I got in that 4-pack. I got a 4-pack of the bright orange, I believe, and a 6-pack of this extreme coral. And I thought about putting them in here, but you know, last night I was trying to finish up and I just put them in those little pots, and I forgot that I might want them in this, but hopefully this will still have enough in it that it'll fill out and be very pretty. And I put one of those angelonias in this little pot. And here it is. I just love this little coleus too. It's so bright and pretty. And I was almost sure this would be a flower, but it hasn't yet unfurled, but it will soon. And I did put one of the little extreme coral impatiens in this little spot right here, and it's still not really looking that good, but hopefully it will. And if it doesn't, maybe I'll have enough this time to fill it out by taking one out of one of the other pots. This little pot is certainly filling out today. This one, oh, remember just a few days ago, this little cabochon was looking so great. I found a slug in here. It was actually over here on this side, and I had to take out my double petunias that were in this pot, and I put a little piece of rose moss, and this is another one of the New Guinea impatiens, and I put another angeloni in this pot too, because honestly this one probably won't make it, but I don't want to say that, so I'm going to say, but I'm hoping this one will still shape up and look beautiful. I did trim it back quite a bit, trimmed a lot of the old dead looking stuff off, but honestly it's kind of like that little clematis in front that I was hoping for, and I'm still hoping it'll come back from the root, but it just, I don't know. I don't know if it will. We'll hope for it. If not, we'll hope these fill out and it won't be a little bare spot, but it'll still be a little beauty. So I'm wishing that all of my calabachoa and all of my fan flower and all those that are a little too finicky with me, like the copa, but I would just hope they would all look like this. I can't believe I've never had one to look this full before, so I'm really loving it. And both colors, the yellow and the pink, bloomed on my mandevilla. I put rose moss in this little pot, which is looking good right now. But these little pots, the ones I put in there were too scrawny to get going good, and they just sit there and die. Usually, you know, rose moss will pretty much live anywhere, but they didn't. But I got these, they have a better root. I put some new soil in with them, and I think they're ready to look beautiful the rest of the season. And I forgot to look for and see if I could purchase a little water bird I want standing over here where this greenery is. And this little calabachoa has died down a couple of times, and I thought it was out. But as soon as I watered it and gave it about 20 minutes, it was up and going again. It looks so beautiful. I really, really like calabachoas and how they just fill out and overflow, and they're just a wonderful little plant, and I wish I was wonderful with them, but you know, not the case, I'm afraid. And I don't think my little starts that I tried to start on this side where it's bare, I'm thinking they're not going to make it either, but I'm going to, you know, we'll see. They still could, which would be, you know, great. Look at this beautiful little bacopa. Oh my goodness, don't you just love those bright white blooms, and they're big for a bacopa. They're so pretty. This little bacopa, its blooms are so tiny, but look at the foliage. That's wonderful. And I noticed that my little seedlings are coming up in this pot too. That'll be beautiful when they bloom. And I put the little primrose just in a little grouping, and I'm hoping they will live, and I know they'll probably disappear like a bleeding heart does. They don't like the heat. Sometimes I wish I could disappear and not be out here in the heat, but then again, I'd want to come back out in the evening when it wasn't so hot. And then I got another one of the little castor beans coming up, and if I keep 2 of them, I probably will dig one up and give it to my friend Ruby. And I'm just now noticing that my little strawberry double echinacea or coneflower is blooming this morning. This little pot of sedum is filling up nicely since I took a few of them out to give to my sister. Can't even tell it now, and I bet hers has filled up her pot too. So I am thinking that the garden is mostly all filled out. There will probably be something else that will be taken out by insects or rodents or something, snails. But basically it is full now, and I feel good about that. I do want to put just a few more seeds in where they didn't come up, but so many of them did come up. I really can't complain about that either. So I'm very happy to get that done. I love it to look full and lush and beautiful. You know, that's a plan every spring for it to get like that, and then it's pretty hard to make it through the old hot summers. But then, oh, when you get that full mature growth and fall comes and the nice weather comes and you're so happy to get it, needing it so badly, and there it is. When that happens, it's just a whole new lease on life. But I know we still have to go through a long summer to get there. Almost missed this. Look at this giant, beautiful daylily. And things are beginning to fill up. Remember when this had 2 little birds in it? They're still there, but all the foliage has it all covered up. This one's even beginning to fill out a little. I hope it fills that whole pot up and spills all the way over the edges. So thank you for coming along with my little garden scrolls. I like to come out in the morning and just see, because lots of time there's a new bloom, and especially when they're only open for a day, you don't want to miss that. So, but I guess I'm going to close for now, and I'll see you again next week. Please remember to comment and share us with your friends, and we'll just keep enjoying the garden together as long as we can. And I think I really put a piece of purslane moss here, but it could be that this is purslane weed, but I don't think so. So it's going to get to stay there at least until it shows me for sure what it is, because the purslane moss is beautiful, and the purslane weed just have a little knotty knot up at the top of it, and not hardly a bloom at all. But so many seeds in that little knot when it dries and breaks open and spreads them everywhere. Not something I want in my garden. Probably not something you want in yours. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel and share us with your friends.